Hello, Pisces. This is Fuel the Soul, and I'm here with your reading for the month of October. I have shuffled these cards, cleansed them, and now I'm just going to do it a few more times in front of you. Let's see. Then we're going to break them up. Okay, and we're going to just kind of do this, and we'll get started here. This is for Pisces, October. The first card is the World. Next card, Ten of Cups. Nice. And your last card is the Chariot. Wow, good movement for Pisces. There we go. Good, happy to hear it. And I'm using this deck as well. I've already shuffled these cards, and they're rather difficult to shuffle. So what I'm doing is I'm just using one deck for all the signs. We're just going right off the top. These have already been used, and this will be yours. So this is for Pisces, and the card is the Tower. Wow. So all this, and then the Tower. Big changes going on for you. There we go. Wow. These are powerful cards. The way I see it, let me read this. These are great cards. I feel like the Tower talks about, okay, let's talk about that first, because that's a big card and it speaks volumes. The Tower is about a big shakeup that will come into your life and really change the dynamics of things. Now, the Tower can be looked in two ways. You can have fear of it, and you can be like, oh no, I can't deal with it. I mean, years ago, I used to get card readings, and I would see the Tower, and I'd be like, oh no, and I would start freaking out and be afraid. Like literally, I'd walk out and be like, oh my God, I'm afraid. And it's no, no, no. It then, as I progressed with the gifts and understanding the cards and the readings, I started realizing the Tower was more about, or the way I saw it, I could see it differently, a little more mature, a little bit more calmer. And I realized that the Tower could be about this big change coming into your life, a shakeup, if you will. And it's like grabbing all like these pebbles on this pebbles, grabbing them all, and then just throwing them up and then letting them land. And it's like, okay, now what? Well, that doesn't have to be horrible. It could be new. It could be interesting. It could be confusing at first. And then once you kind of get your bearings straight about what's going on, you just start putting order. Order. You prioritize, obviously, what's important in your life. The Tower can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. It just really depends on how your scenario works. So I kind of wanted to address that. It's a powerful card and it says a lot. So I'm going to start over here and let's see what's going on. Because for Pisces, I see number one, the World card, which talks about Pisces kind of right now having it all, having this period in your life where everything is kind of working together. That's really great, where you feel like you're on top of your game. Maybe, you know, maybe you're not like a baller, you got the freaking Bentley and tons of money in the bank. It doesn't have to be that way. It could be more like, right now things are good. I've got life in order. And then switching over, I've got love in my life, and I'm finding that I can share that love with others, my significant other, and my family life, my work life. And so it's like talking about the balance going on, the flow in Pisces world. And then the next card talks about the chariot, and the chariot beginning to pick up this pace and this speed, and it could start going into the tower card. It could be also, okay, so we see the balance, but this could be too a warning for Pisces. Maybe you're kind of starting to overindulge in the good life and talking about you have these good things, and kind of you have to be careful that you're not like not appreciating it, kind of maybe expecting it, or kind of forgetting its value and that it can be here and that it can go. Because the chariot starts talking about this movement going on. We see this beautiful flow for Pisces. It's very nice, and I'm glad to see it. It's like Pisces is starting to have feel on top of their game, in certain aspects of their life. Here it says it's kind of all around in your life, like everything's kind of going well for you. And you have this 10 of cups, and it talks about a man and a woman sharing a bond, sharing this chalice, sharing what's inside, and rainbow kind of coming out of it. So it talks about a really good period for uh, Pisces in October, which I'm really happy to report. We see the chariot start to come in, and the chariot starts bringing in a little bit of that volatility. We see the speed kicking in or kicking up. We see the black horse and the white horse. And the person that's riding this chariot seems to be kind of driven to do it, like to ride those horses all the way. And that is can be a very good thing next to the 10 of cups. But then we start seeing the tower, and we start seeing that speed and that control of riding these two horses. You can easily go over something, and the chariot can kind of knock over, and then hence you can have something like the tower come in. Just I know this scenario sounds lame or very basic, but let's just say you're actually in the chariot, and you're like going full speed thinking, I'm good, I'm rocking this, I'm feeling so good. And then there's some freaking, I don't know, a herd of something in front of you, and you have to start pumping the brakes, and you can't do it while your chariot flips over, right? Your chariot flips over, and now you're beneath the chariot and you're trapped, and now you're injured, and then you have you're injured and you're stuck all by yourself somewhere, right? And then that's where like this energy of a tower can come through and be like, oh my god, he has I have no one to help me. I have two broken legs. Who will help me? I can't tend to my life now. I can't go to work because of these two broken legs, or because my chariot is broken. I know it sounds kind of funny, the scenario, but and I apologize if it does sound that way. But I think what I'm just trying to do is show you and hit some points, as so you can see how the wheel can turn, and something that is so very good and balanced in your life can kind of easily take a bad turn. I think that in the month of October, Pisces has everything starting to work, or has been working well for Pisces. But I think this is about a warning. Appreciate what you have, value it, and make sure that kind of like your life and the ducks are in a row. Like, make sure that you have things like projects closed and finished and completed. And it can mean anything when I mean a project. I have projects going every day on a daily basis. A project can be going through the mail, paying the bills. A project can be addressing a problem at the school with your children that's open and not completed. Um, a project could be something obviously at work, detail orientated, that takes time, and your employer has given you so many days to do it, and you're kind of sitting back waiting till the last minute to do it. No, I kind of recommending at this point in the month of October that Pisces really kind of looks at everything, appreciates it, values it, and also handles things in a timely manner. and also in a timely manner, in good timing, in because this cherry kind of goes fast. Is it good timing? Could be if you like it fast. But let's say here, this is kind of feeling good and kind of not coasting, but I feel like it's like we're good. I'm feeling high. Things are good. And then this chariot comes in. This chariot's kind of like, well, I'm picking up the speed now. So, what I want for Pisces out there is to kind of watch your speed. Make sure you're not accelerating too quickly. Make sure it's at a speed that's in between the chariot and the good life, you know, between the chariot and the world, something nice in there in between that only you can manage and that it works for you. We want things never to go, we don't want to overdo anything, because there's this possibility that you could have, um, from overdoing things or overestimating or underestimating. The tower can come in and kind of disrupt the good life. And we don't want that, right? We don't want that. So, what we want from Pisces is to be on top of your game. Feel great, but really in your head, be on top of your game. That means eyes open, ears open, taking care of business, finishing up what needs to be finished up, put it with a bow tie and put it away. And start, don't don't sit back too much in the good life or in the good things and let things pile up. The chariot can talk about you having to rush now and take care of things that you didn't really address because you were in comfort. You were indulging in the good, and that's great. Nobody wants to take that away from you. I certainly don't. But that's what it talks about. Maybe you making sure that you're not too comfortable in a situation, in a relationship, at work, family life, in your space, friendships. Make sure you're tending, even though you're in a good place, make sure you're tending to your flock. Your flock is all the different things that are important to you, that belong to you, or that you care about. Make sure that it's contained and in order. And don't make sure, because if the chariot comes in, that energy, that wave comes in quickly, we don't want you to be over, like the speed is too coming at you too quickly, that you don't have the time to complete projects, or that you're kind of forgetting about what speed you're really comfortable at and go too quickly, and then something like the chariot knocks over, and then like we talked about the story where you're hurt, and now you can't go to work, or you can't attend to your flock, your life, the good things going on, your love, your children, your money, and your work life, your friendships. And the tower can easily just sneak right in and start, each one starts to fall. And then now you have this kind of unraveling because you were so comfortable in this space that you forgot to tend to your flock, tend to the energies, tend to those projects that needed attention. And now everything's kind of creeping up on you, and then this can kind of happen. So this is a good warning for Pisces, that we are very happy for you that things are kind of flowing. We want you to be there and own that energy. But what we want is for you to also tend to it, because this chariot energy is coming. It's going to be kind of like a fast pace coming into your life. And so you need to have things in order so that you don't have the tower come and fall all over you. And now you have all these things open that never got closed or taken care of. And so the tower can be that exactly, all the things that you were kind of not taking care of because you were so busy in the good, which is great, but now it's kind of coming around and now you got to take care of it. Well, it's coming quickly. Did you take care of those things, or did you sit back a little too much? Did you, are you overindulging and kind of forgetting what needs to be looked at and taken care of? So that's what the warning's about. It's about you making sure, Pisces, that things are in order. So start looking at that in October. And we're going into a new season, or we are in this new season. Summer was great. Now we're in what, fall, right? Fall. And it's like and it's a new space, a new time, a new energy, and we want you caught up in it and not caught up in a different space. So that's what I'm seeing for Pisces, that we love that you're in this great space, in this great energy, at least where you're feeling confident about certain aspects in your life. But we want to make sure that any new projects that are left open, make sure that you're starting to address those in a timely manner and in order, prioritize, because the chariot's coming, that energy's coming through. And so you need to make sure you have your things together, okay? Because we want this to continue. So the chariot energy is coming. You need to kind of get on it, take care of business, because if you don't take care of those things, the chariot's going to come. I mean, excuse me, the tower will come, and it'll all come all at once. And then you'll have this explosion of energy, and you really like kind of lost because you didn't take care of things that you could have easily kind of, attended to during this good space and this good period in your life. So this tower doesn't have to happen. And if it does happen, it doesn't have to be as forceful as this card looks, you know, or the meaning of it. It doesn't have to come at 100% speed. It can come at 30, okay? 30 is not so scary, right? But that's because you took care of your shit, right? So it's about being prepared. We can never be perfect, but we can kind of start looking at things. Maybe like you have a list of things that need to be looked at, you know, and either at work or at home. And maybe that's what this is about, like kind of warning you, hey, it's time to really take care of these things. At least make some calls, some decisions, and see about getting these things out of the way, clearing the path so that you don't have all these things start coming down on you and you feeling overwhelmed. All right, Pisces. So that is what I see in October for you. But we do see that you have this really good space in place, and I hope you have it, and I want you to continue to have it. Um, I know that this reading doesn't resonate with everyone, but I hope that there's a little bit of this in all of you. Just, think about the good shit that you guys experience, because, some people don't even have that. So get a little piece of this. I hope you have a little piece of this. The good stuff, and all of this energy that's kind of really positive, and use it into advancement to be into a new space coming in October. And this is like the fall, and we had so many changes going on, that we want Pisces to stay on point. I'm Fuel the Soul, and I will be back second half of October, and I'm so blessed to read for you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.